And at this time, I would call Mr. Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, can you state your name?
Yes, Juan Jose Hernandez.
And so you heard the agreement I said about the child support and medical support. Is that your agreement?
Correct.
And I believe mom has also asked for non-disclosure for her address and phone number and employer to not be disclosed in the order. Are you okay with that?
That's fine.
And and one other thing that's going to be brought up is that mom's attorney was asking for you to take a drug test. Are you willing to take a drug test?
I will be willing to take a drug test only if I could keep my son throughout the weekend from Friday to Sunday.
Okay.
Because I know
So I believe the type of drug test that's going to be asked is a zero tolerance hair drug test at national screening. And so you would pay for that and provide the results to the court and to her attorney. And you're okay with that, correct?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, no problem.
And your issue is you don't want just daytime visits. You want basically standard visitation from 6 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Sunday on the
Correct.
first, third, and fifth weekends.
So actually, every weekend, not just the first and the third, like every weekend. I haven't seen my son for like the past 3 months. So
So you don't want just the standard possession order. You want every single weekend.
correct.
And when is the last time you saw your son?
More than 3 months ago.
I think what month of the year was it?
So I moved to the new address that I have right now on June 3rd, and I saw my son probably 2 weeks before that. So, yep, more than 3 months ago.
So May of 2025.
Yep,
And when you kept him in May, how long did you keep him?
a few hours because her mom was going to work, and obviously, I guess she didn't have nobody to take care of him. And basically last minute, she called me and said like, "Hey, can you take care of Donatiu or Fabian?" I said, "Absolutely, of course." And then she brought it in, and we were just like having a good time. And yeah,
Okay. So have you seen Fabian since then?
only a couple of times through FaceTime.
Have you attempted to see him?
Nope. Well, I have attempted, yes. I have texted her, called her, like, "Hey, like, can I see my son?" Like, usually I'm being off on the last couple of times when I was working, I was off on Sundays, and I text her like, "Hey, I'm off tomorrow. Like, do you think that you can bring Tonatiuh and I can see him and all that?" No answer, no response, nothing. So yeah, I've
Okay.
tried. I've tried plenty of times to spend time with him, but obviously his mom is not letting me.
Okay. And does your son have autism?
Yes.
Is he verbal? Does he be able to talk to in sentences and have conversations?
Full sentences, no. But there's a big difference, and hopefully there's a way that I can prove that. There's a big difference whenever my son is with me, that he acts and behaves completely different because he is like a different child that he does his things that he if he wants water he goes to the fridge and grab it himself. If he wants just a cookie, he go and grab it himself. If he's hungry, he comes and tells me like, "Hey, carnita," like that means beef. Like pollito, that means chicken, and then quesadilla and spinach because and don't get me wrong, his mom is great. His mom has done such a good job taking care of my son. But at the same time, it's like sometimes it's like a little bit too much. But at the same time, it's just I don't know.
Okay. Objection, non-responsive. So
Sustained.
my question was, is he verbal? Can he talk in sentences?
Sometimes just a full sentences, just a few ones, not all of them.
Okay, but he has enough language he can tell you when he's hungry or when he has to go to the bathroom or when he needs something.
Yes.
And when did you and Miss Enzura separate?
Separated, like completely living apart on February 2024. Separated, living on the same household, 2019, 2020.
Okay, so before 2024, were you living with your son? So you were around him every day?
Yes,
And did y'all share caretaking of the child?
yes.
And since you separated, about how many times have you seen him?
We'll say probably rounding it off, 30 times.
Okay. And was that times that mom brought your son to you?
Yeah, 30 times. Like the mom brought it to me, but I used to see him whenever he was dropped off from school, because he was still registered from school, on the same address, even though he doesn't live at the same address.
Okay. And have you had him overnight since y'all separated?
A couple of times, probably like 3 or 4 times. Whenever his mom had to work like a night, I keep him, and we actually, everything was right. It was fun.
Okay. And did you get a DWI last year?
Yes, I did.
Is that been completed? Were you found guilty?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Are you still on probation for that?
Nope. The probation. I went through court every month, drug test, everything, and everything was fine. Everything I passed because, like, I learned my lesson.
Did you have to have the interlock device on your
Yes, I
vehicle?
did. Yes.
Do you still have that?
Nope, not anymore. Because, like I said, I passed.
Unknown caller.
So you're willing to do the drug test, but you're not willing to do any kind of step up visits where you get like daytime visits starting out. Is that correct?
I do. I'm willing to do the drug test if I keep my son from Friday night to Sunday.
Okay. So is there any possibility you'd be willing to do some kind of stop up visits where we start out on Saturdays for a
Nope.
few hours?
Friday to Sunday.
And you have your own place?
Yes.
Where are you living right now?
Right now, 2601 South Breast.
Okay. Let's be
Sorry.
mindful that we're on YouTube.
And this would be photos of the home as taken by my client.
Does anyone have any legal objection to CP3?
Yes, because I haven't seen the pictures.
Can you get them to Mr. Hernandez?
I can share my screen to show him briefly if that's okay.
The problem is I'm here.
I may have his email that I can send it to. I think I got it off the order that we drafted this morning. 1 moment. So Ms. Enzeres, I'm going to ask you a few other questions while I try to get this passed through. So at this time, what kind of visitation do you believe is in the best interest of your son with his father?
When someone there, someone to supervise him.
Okay. And Mr. Hernandez, I did email that exhibit over to you. Was the email provided by the Attorney General? Oh, it just said it failed, and I'm not going to be able to confirm that email as we're streaming live. Your Honor, one other request, could we maybe do where you briefly cover your screen just while I share the exhibit to show it to him?
I can email it. There's like one typo in that email.
Okay,
and
thank you.
I know what it is. So I will just forward the one you sent, the Dropbox. Is that okay?
That is perfect. Thank you. Okay. So, Ms. Anzuras, you want someone there to watch? Is that what you said for visits?
Yes.
In addition, were you aware until I came on the case that he had this DWI charge in Harris County that he was convicted of?
Yes.
Well, what I'm asking is, did you find out about that from me or did he tell you about it?
Friend,
We didn't hear your answer. It broke up. So did you find out about that charge from him or did you find out about it from me?
friend you.
Okay. And you retained me as your attorney last week. So before then, you were not aware of that charge. Is that correct?
Correct.
And given what you witnessed of his behavior around the child and when y'all were together, that charge brings additional concerns for you. Is that correct?
Exactly, yes.
Well, we just lost Mr. Hernandez.
I just took the dog like a little bit to the side.
Okay. Remember what I said in the beginning, it's real
Yes, yes,
important
I'm
to
sorry.
stay on
I'm
camera.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Ms. Anzones, if Mr. Hernandez were to take a zero tolerance hair follicle drug test, would you be willing to consider unsupervised visitation if he passes that drug test and it's completely clean?
Yes.
Okay. But you feel that it would not be in your child's best interest to have unsupervised visitation until he has passed that test. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, I do want to clarify, we've talked about the alcohol use. When, if ever, have you known Mr. Hernandez to use drugs?
And we moved together.
What kinds of drugs did you know him to use?
Cocaine.
And about how often would he use it?
Cocaine
About how often?
and alcohol. Twice a week. Sometimes more.
That didn't quite come through. Can you repeat your answer about how often he would use it?
Hear me? Twice a week, sometimes more.
And this was from when you lived together from back in 2024. Is that correct?
Yes.
You've seen him drunk. Do you know or have you recognized any behavior of his that he has been on drugs since you separated?
Yes.
When was that?
Like that day that I go CPS,
And when was that?
was like June 26th. He was like shaking.
And when you called CPS, they ultimately referred it to their alternative response team and did not make a finding either way. Is that correct? They did not make a
Correct.
finding against him and they did not make a finding in favor or against him.
Yeah, they just didn't do anything.
Based on your history with Mr. Hernandez, do you have concerns that he may still be using drugs as well as abusing alcohol?
Yes.
And that why you're asking for these tests to determine his current status before your son would be unsupervised?
Yes.
Now, on previous visits, he testified that he had seen Fabian about 30 times since y'all separated. Do you agree with that estimate of how many visits he's had?
I think he had a little more than that.
Okay.
And
And on those visits, what is the longest period of time that Fabian stayed with Mr. Hernandez?
one day, one night.
Was there ever a time that he had him for 2 nights, for a whole weekend?
No.
And is it true that Fabian has seen him by FaceTime a couple times since the last visit in May? Is that correct?
Correct.
Do you agree that May was the last time there was a visit with Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you decide not to agree to another visit since May?
Because I took him to see him at his new place. We have a time. We agree with a time to see him. He called me one day before to see him, and I'm like, okay, I will take him to you because I want to see the place where he's gonna be. I wanna make sure he's in a clean place, and I wanna make sure you're fine too. So I was willing to take him from Brookshire to the Energy Stadium because that's where he lives, around that place. And I called him when we got there 3 times, and he didn't answer my phone call. So I figured he drank last night, like the night before, and I just took my son to a playground because he was a little upset. I told him that he was gonna see his dad, but he was a little upset because when you tell him that we're gonna do something, you have to do it.
Mhm.
So he was upset, and I just tried to go somewhere else to change his mind.
Ms.
We went
Enzers,
to
Ms.
Yes.
Enzers, let me ask my next question, please. Okay. So at that point, I understand that was a frustrated visit. Mr. Hernandez was not responsive and y'all had agreed to a visit. And you're saying this happened after the last May visit. Is that correct? Do you remember when this was? Was it still May or was it June?
That was June
Okay. Why at that point did you decide not to have further visits?
because I knew he was drunk. I knew he was not in a his right mind to answer the call.
Okay.
He didn't answer the
When,
call because he was drunk.
okay, so you believe he didn't answer the calls because he was drunk. Is that a way he has behaved in the past when he was drunk or when he was under the influence of something?
Yes,
So on that day, you believe the behavior he exhibited matched when he was under the influence of something.
yes,
Okay. All right. I also want to confirm you're requesting the temporary injunctions as pled for in your original cross petition. Is that correct? And those are the standard ones for him not to harass you, threaten you, harm you, or disturb your peace of the child. Is that correct?
yes,
You're also asking that he not make disparaging remarks about you or your family in front of the child or allow anyone else to do so.
yes,
You're also asking that the two of you use the co-parenting program app close to communicate any questions or issues concerning your son.
yes,
All right. And given this history, you are asking to be appointed sole managing conservator of your son.
yes.
And even when you lived together, who primarily provided the care for your son, made sure he reaches therapy appointments and things like that?
I did.
And since you've separated, who has primarily managed his doctor's appointments and therapy appointments, things like that?
I am.
When, if ever, has Mr. Hernandez attended those appointments since you separated?
Twice. When
When
I
was that?
when I moved from the house. But then he told me he was not gonna do it anymore because he was doing me a favor.
Okay, so he told you he was doing you a favor to attend therapy appointments for your son. Okay. I do want to circle back to the exhibit I want to offer, which would be 3. Mr. Hernandez, did you receive that email and have a chance to review it?
Nope, not yet. I'm looking at my email right now and I haven't received.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Enzeris, I'm going to ask you some questions about what you saw in that house that day that you would have taken pictures of. What was it that you saw in the house that had you concerned?
Something that you cannot see, the smell. It
What
was
did
not
it smell
clean.
like?
Smog and chemicals. But it was like this chemical that you know is a drug in there. And it was not clean. The house was a mess. It was not clean to have kids in there.
And when you say the house was not clean, do you mean like he left some clothes on the floor? Can you describe for the court what it was that you actually saw?
Yes, it was clothes on the floor. The beds were not beds. They had a lot of things on the beds, and there was all this stuff that he got out of my son's room in the middle of the hall. The kitchen dishes, they were there. It was awful.
What evidence, if any, did you see of smoking, even of regular cigarettes or anything like that in the house?
What? Well, he has this thing like vapes, the
Mhm.
vapes things. He had like something
While she admits she can't prove exactly what substances they were, she tells the court the environment didn't appear safe for a child with special needs. The courtroom now faces two very different versions of reality.
Like it looks like a marijuana, but I was not sure. I didn't even want to get close to that.
And did you see things out in the house?
Yes,
Were they out in locations where your son could have accessed them or picked them up?
they were on the stairs.
Okay.
Like when you're walking upstairs, it was there.
Okay. At this time, I will pass the witness.
Ms. Khan, do you have any questions for Ms. Anzares?
Just one. Are you asking that your information not be disclosed on the order, that your address and phone number and employer?
Yes,
And are you in agreement with the child support for the temporary orders of $222 a month based on the minimum wage and the $50 medical support?
yes.
And how is your son covered for health insurance?
Medicaid.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, do you have any questions for Ms. Anzares?
Yeah, absolutely. Ms. Sansouris, so whenever we got together, did you do drugs with me?
Long time ago, yes.
Just answer the question, yes or no.
Yes.
So, did you complain to CPS about the pictures that I just saw? And that was pretty much after you moved and I was cleaning
One
everything.
question at a time. Let her answer what you ask.
Yeah. So those pictures that I just received, yeah, they're from the house. Where after you moved, and I was cleaning the whole room and making space. Did you see any belongings from yourself that after a couple of days I gave to you?
No.
May I suggest may I say something? It's about the picture number 2.
At this point, sir, they're not in evidence.
Okay. So because there's a
I
couple
have
of
not seen them.
that belong to her. So you say that you complained to CPS. What CPS found? Because you, if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned the CPS did nothing, but the CPS found anything.
No.
Object, asked and answered.
Overruled.
The CPS didn't find anything because they were there 2 months after when their parents came from Mexico to help him to clean the house.
Are you sure about that? Were you there whenever you are claiming that my parents helped me clean the house?
Yes,
Do you have any proof?
yes.
What is the proof?
Have a video with your parents?
You have the video with my parents just having a good time or cleaning?
Just picking up my son.
Okay. So basically, all the claims that you've done and all the claims that you have claimed throughout this time, there's just that claims from you.
No.
No. Can you elaborate, please?
The facts that I see them, I show them. There's a
How?
picture. There's a picture right there that I had was a mess.
Okay, the 3 pictures that I'm looking at it whenever I was cleaning and organizing everything after you left. So any other evidence that you're claiming that the house was, I don't speak weed, I don't smoke weed, I did drugs, yes I did, same as
Sir,
you.
sir, this is not your time to testify. You're asking questions. So please,
Absolutely, yeah, I'm sorry,
commentary,
Your Honor.
but ask her questions.
I'm sorry. Yes, so can you prove all the claims that you have done right now? Or can you prove like throughout a couple of next days?
What you want me to prove?
All the claims that you claim the everything is a mess in my house.
You just saw a picture. That's a proof.
And I just explained the picture. Do you have any other one? Do you have any other evidence?
What more evidence you want about that picture that is a mess?
And again, do you have any other evidence?
Now Hernandez gets his chance to fight back, and he wastes no time challenging the mother's claims. Acting as his own representative, he cross-examines her directly.
No.
Because that's just one area from the house. It's the hallway when I was cleaning everything up. What other area was dirty? Where's the proof?
That's all my proof.
I'm sorry?
That's all my proof.
Okay. So basically, it's everything of what you said.
Yes.
Cool. How can you be so certain the child were living in the house if you just saw them playing around?
Because you arranged a room for them. You took your son's things out of the room.
And again, how can you be so certain? Were you there at night and verified that they were sleeping at night?
They were there.
And again, just answer yes or no. Were you there at night and verified they were sleeping at night?
I see them getting out of the house early in the morning.
Answer the question. Were you there at night and saw the
No.
child? Thank you. All right. Were you there in the morning and saw the child waking up?
Objection relevance.
Sir, what is the relevance of this?
The relevance is that I want to prove that Mrs. Ansures having just like a pattern of lying and putting things where it never exist. That's the only thing that I want to prove.
All right, you can ask a few questions on this, but let's not belabor it because I'm not sure where it's going.
Okay. Miss Ansures, do you drink alcohol?
Yes.
Well, have been a couple of times where you been over the intoxication level.
Yes.
Have you drunk?
No.
No. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, because I have a, if I may, I will try to find the video where Miss Censures was driving reckless. I would, like I said, I will try to find the video because I do have it. What other question? Miss Censures, did you ever contribute to the income of the household?
Some. Yes.
Like some, okay. Can you say how much?
Objection relevance.
Sir, what is the relevance of this?
It's not relevant. I have a point, and that's why I'm asking this question.
Okay, but sir, she has objected to relevance and I don't see the relevance of it. So unless you can explain to me why it's relevant, I'm going to sustain her objection.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sustaining the objection.
Yes. Answer is why you don't let me see my son.
Because you're irresponsible.
How can you say that I'm irresponsible?
Because I seen you drive him. I see that you didn't clean the house when you have him. Because you have been sleeping when he's in the house with you. And because you were not there when you're supposed to answer the phone call to see him. And that's pretty much
Do you
it.
have any proof of that?
That you didn't answer the phone call.
I don't know if I may. I can prove that my phone.
Not the time, sir. Sir. This is your chance to ask her questions. Remember in the beginning, I said at the end, you're going to get a chance to talk.
Okay.
Right now, the only thing, all that Ms. Khan did, all that Ms. Bunch did is they asked questions. They didn't explain anything or elaborate, and that's not what this is about. Right now, it's questions to Ms. Anzores. You don't get to criticize her answers or comment on them or anything.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
questions and
Yeah.
answers.
Apologize. Another question.
Okay. Ms. Bunch, do you have anything further of Ms. Unzuris?
Just briefly.
Hernandez's history with alcohol and the DWI conviction, arguing that the court must prioritize the child's safety above everything else, because the child is autistic and may struggle to communicate danger.
Ms. Anzuris, you answered Mr. Hernandez that you had previously taken illegal drugs yourself. Are you taking any currently?
No,
And what were the circumstances under which you took those drugs?
to have sex with my husband,
And when you say husband, who are you referring to?
my son's dad.
Okay, is that Mr. Hernandez here today?
Yes,
And whose idea was it to take the drugs at those times?
yes.
Whose idea?
Him?
And
There's going to be stair-step visits. Once there's a clean test, he'll have the right to visitation on the first, third, and fifth Saturday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Yep.
unsupervised for 5 visits.
No.
And then after that phase, on the first, third, and fifth Saturday, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 5 visits.
No, no.
And then after those 5 visits, he'll move to 6 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays, 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday. And we're going to leave that in place until the next trial date and see where things are at that point. I'm going to approve the agreements and finding no one has access to private insurance at a reasonable cost. I'm ordering that Ms. Unzuris continue with a government or medical assistance program and ordering that Mr. Hernandez pay to Ms. Unzuris cash medical support of $50 per month beginning November 1st of 2025. I'm ordering that Mr. Hernandez pay Ms. Unzuris child support of $222 per month beginning November 1st of 2025. I'm granting Ms. Unzuris non-disclosure request regarding her personal information. She still will have to provide an email address, but I am ordering that the parties communicate through app close. And then for the injunctions that were requested, I'm ordering mutual injunctions, 1 to 5. I'm ordering for both of them. That's the one about intentionally communicating in vulgar, profane, obscene ways. No one should be doing that. Again, threatening each other is number 2, basically. Placing calls at unreasonable times or in offensive manners is number 3. Intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly causing bodily injury. No one should be doing that. Threatening either party or the child with imminent bodily injury. I'm not ordering 6 because the visitation should accommodate those issues of removing the child. Nobody should be removing the child. Everyone has visitation spelled out now. 7, I believe I'm granting 7 as to both of them, and then 9 to 11 as to both of them. So nobody should be making disparaging remarks in the presence of the child, allowing the child to remain in the presence of people saying bad things about the other parent, and nobody should be canceling insurance. And those are in the cross petition that was filed, Ms. Khan.
It's right. We have those.
And then for final trial, do you all want to do live for exhibit purposes, or do you want to do it on Zoom again?
I'm sorry to interrupt, Your Honor. I just forfeit everything. Mrs. Suris can take everything. I pay whatever it is, because I'm not going to agree. And I apologize to the court and to you, Your Honor. I'm not going to agree even that I passed the drug test to have supervised visitations, because only she says so.
Okay, sir, I've made my ruling. They're going to be circulating an order shortly. And then if you sign it, that's great. If not, we'll set an entry date, Ms. Khan, and you can submit it that day. If you have drafting disputes, you can all show up and argue that. For final trial, let me just finish my ruling. Ms. Khan, Ms. Bunch, do you all think it needs to be live, or do you think we can handle Zoom again?
It doesn't matter to me, Judge. I guess so.
I think we
Live
can handle
would-
Zoom.
Okay, let's do Zoom again.
Simply because the parties are kind of at a distance, so it'd be hard
Yeah.
for people to get there.
Do you think December is too?
And finally, the judge delivers the ruling. After reviewing the testimony and evidence, The court appoints the mother as the managing conservator and the father as a possessory conservator. Hernandez is ordered to take a zero-tolerance hair follicle drug test immediately. Until he produces a clean result, all visitation must be supervised through the Harris County Domestic Relations Office. Even if he passes the test, visitation will increase slowly through a step-up schedule, beginning with short supervised visits, then gradually expanding to daytime visits and eventually overnight weekends. Hernandez must also pay $222 per month in child support and $50 per month in medical support. With the ruling complete, the court schedules a final trial for January 2026. But as the hearing ends, one thing is clear: this custody battle is far from over.